Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the potential transfers. Now, after seeing this, the first episode of this did really well. I decided I had to do a second episode of this because I think the first episode got like 300 something views, something crazy like that. And I just want to thank every single one of you who has liked that, has watched that. It's been absolutely awesome. So we're going to get into the second episode though, and we're going to go in first with Zlatan Ibrahimovic from PSG to Manchester United. Now, obviously an absolute legend, Ibrahimovic, and he's coming to the end of his career a little bit. I think he's like 35 at the moment, so he is coming to the end. He's not in his peak anymore. He's getting on a bit, but he is still really good. I think he's got like 38 goals in all competitions for PSG last season, which is definitely really impressive for any striker, never mind a 35-year-old striker. So he has still got a lot in his locker, and he has been linked to a lot of clubs this summer. Arsenal, Chelsea, I think even Tottenham were mentioned at one point. But United has been the team that he's been linked with a lot recently, with Jose Mourinho coming in and wanting to bring a lot of changes into the club. And I think it was even mentioned that he was going to be like assistant manager or something crazy like that. Personally, I can't see that happening. I would really like him to be a striker, and that is what he's been linked with being at United. Finally coming into the Barclays Premier League, maybe. I think it will be a really good move for Ibrahimovic. Hopefully, he'll be a really good player in real life, and hopefully be firing United to the first title in about 4 years, which would be pretty awesome as well. Hopefully, under Jose Mourinho, United can be a lot better. So, getting to the second potential transfer, we have got Thiago from Bayern Munich to Atletico Madrid. And personally, I think this would be a really good move for Atletico Madrid. Thiago as well is Spanish, so he might be wanting to go there with your family and all that. But Atletico Madrid, obviously, this season and last season, in fact a few seasons, have been kind of creeping up on Real Madrid and Barcelona, not really competing with them too much. They're always just the third best team in Spain for a long time. But finally, the last 2 seasons have really started to try and knock on the door and knock Real Madrid and Barcelona off the perch. And I think Thiago would be a really good start of bringing in some really quality players into the club. I mean, they've already got a really good chemistry in the team. They don't have any like superstars like Neymar, Ronaldo, Messi or anything. But what they do have is just chemistry, and they have a lot of players who just work really well together, who aren't necessarily superstars, but they just work well as a team and they get the job done. And they have really been knocking on the door of Real Madrid and Barcelona. And you know, if Thiago comes in, they get a few more other players in the summer, then next season they could definitely be starting to dominate Spanish football and would be a really good team in a few years to come. Now getting on to the third transfers, may I say, because Mascherano and both Mascherano and Alves have been linked with a double deal from Barcelona to Juventus. And to be honest, I think this would be a good move for both clubs. I mean, obviously Barcelona wanting to bring in a few young talent. I mean, you got Sergio Roberto. What's that one that's gone? He went on loan to some other Spanish club. I cannot remember the name of him at all. But they've got a lot of young players in the Barcelona team. They'll be wanting to bring them through. And Mascherano and Alves. Alves definitely is getting on a bit. Mascherano's also like in his 30s now, I think. So I think it will be a pretty good move for both clubs. Obviously Barcelona wanting to bring young players in, but Juventus are also trying to build like a really strong team to maybe push on and get to the Champions League final, or maybe even win the Champions League. Obviously, I think about 2 years ago or a year ago, they were really close to doing that when they came up against Barcelona in the final. Unfortunately, just couldn't do it in the end, but with a few more additions to the team and a few more quality players, they could definitely repeat that Champions League final, and maybe they might get a bit lucky and they might actually win it. So I think it'll be a good move for both clubs, to be honest, and I can actually see this happening. It's been linked quite heavily in the last few weeks, so hopefully it will actually happen and will be a pretty good signings. Now getting into the last signing of this video, or potential signing of this video, we've got Hector Bellerin from Arsenal to Barcelona. Now personally, I can see Arsenal actually asking for a lot of money for Bellerin to go to Barcelona. Bellerin might actually be up for it because he's obviously Spanish. He might have family out there, and I'm saying this quite a lot. They might have family out there. A lot of the families might have actually moved to where like Bellerin is actually at the moment, London. But he might also have a bit of family out in Spain, and he might want to go back to Spain, you never know. But this signing actually is probably a lot like connected to the Dani Alves deal. It's probably, I'm not sure about this, but it's probably if Dani Alves goes to Juventus, Barcelona are going to need a replacement. Hector Bellerin's doing pretty good in the Premier League, so we'll just link into Barcelona. There's not actually much other than that really linking Bellerin with Barcelona, apart from the fact that Dani Alves could be going to Juventus. I guess it does make sense. He's Spanish, he's doing really good for Arsenal, and you know, there's not a huge collection of world-class right-backs in Europe at the moment, and Bellerin is a young talent who could be world-class in a couple of years' time, and Barcelona might see that and they might think, we want to snap this guy up now while we actually can. if Dani Alves goes to Juventus, I can maybe see this happening, although I'm not 100% sure. It's really just, no one really knows whether it's going to happen. There hasn't been much links with Bellerin to Barcelona, but it would be a really good signing for Barcelona if they do get him, because obviously Bellerin, in the team of the season for the Barclays Premier League this season, he is a world-class right back, and in a few years he will definitely be one of the best in Europe. So it would be a really good signing for Barcelona, but obviously a really big loss for Arsenal at the same time. So hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, then be sure to like button down below. That would be absolutely awesome. And also, if you are new, then be sure to like button down below as well, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. See you later.